Not a whole lot was happening up until the Angel Correa red card, and that really changed the dynamics of the game. You would have thought, well, logically now Real Madrid are going to take the initiative. But what we saw from Real Madrid today was for the most part, a very flat performance and unable to maintain the momentum that they created against Liverpool in Champions League. It's hard to recreate that magic once again, but we just never saw a sense of urgency from Real Madrid with possession of the ball, never really saw a sense of urgency pressuring higher up the field. Even when they were a man up, Atletico Madrid were still creating a few things. Not chances per se, but at the very least they were having some possession in the attacking half. And then you get the goal from Jose Maria Jimenez and you're thinking, well, there goes La Liga. There goes any title chance. And then of all the names that you could have picked out for Real Madrid to score an important goal to get this game to 1-1, Alvaro Rodriguez was not in the list. He was not the option, and yet he's the one that ends up scoring a goal that potentially could maybe keep Real Madrid in it. Still a point I don't think is good enough, and certainly when you think that Barcelona plays against Almeria tomorrow.
First of all, I think La Liga campaign for Real Madrid is over because I don't see any point for Barcelona to lose points against Almeria. Now, before coming to this match, there was two possibilities because Real Madrid trashed Liverpool last game in Champions League. One possibility would be, Real Madrid will get motivation. They'll have the opportunity to continue the same form to Atletico Madrid match. Another possibility would be they are tired, they are fatigued. As a result, they'll suffer. And unfortunately, the last one happened. Being said that, if we have to pinpoint one reason why Real Madrid lost points today is lack of intensity.
But what's the balance, Luis Garcia, on whether this was Real Madrid not at their best, a bit flat after that performance at Anfield, and Atleti doing what they set out to do and stifle them?
A bit of both. I think that the Simeone was expecting a game like this one, a game where there is a lot of respect between the two sides, not many chances, a very slow game in those first 45 minutes. And in the second half, like always, Real Madrid looks like they always give away so many minutes, and the reaction arrived probably too late. And today, it wasn't enough. I mean, when Real Madrid kind of connect, start bringing the intensity and bring a little bit more the action, is when Real Madrid is the Real Madrid we want to see wide open, bringing players, linking players from the midfield up front and creating chances. And today it was that in the last 10 minutes when they realized that if they don't start increasing the rhythm of the game, they will lose the game. And well, they got short today. Only one goal, only 1 point. That I think if tomorrow Barcelona can manage to get a good result and put those 10 points distance between the two sides, I think it's going to be enough to arrive to the last part of the season with almost winning the trophy. So it's been like this for Real Madrid for quite a long time, giving away, then making the reaction a little bit late, but enough to get the result. Today, it wasn't enough.
So what Luis was saying, that whenever Real Madrid is behind a goal, when they need to score 1 or 2 goals, they increase their intensity. As a result, they see the result. They can score goals. But today, that wasn't the case. In fact, I saw that there were lack of urgency. Like when we need a goal, we have no chance creation at all. The thing is that playing against Atletico is totally different from, say, playing Liverpool. Because Atletico is a team who have 11 players at defense. We cannot blame them because every team can have their option. They have their own style. But as a team, we have to have our own style to play, to create chance against those low block teams. For example, when we need a goal, Alvaro was making a lot of good runs, but no one was delivering a ball to him, or no one was even trying to cross a ball to him, because there are 2 players at times, like Benzema and Alvaro at the front. Because that's the only way you can score goals. Just cross to them and maybe something will happen. Because there is no space for you to do 1-2-1 against a team like Atletico Madrid.
Ancelotti, did he get his 11 right for this game, looking back on it now in hindsight?
Well, you're talking about checking on players and see how fit they are. The minutes that you had, not only the physical aspect of the game, but then the psychological aspect of the game. How mentally draining it may have been after you go through that experience at Anfield. So you have to evaluate all these things, and this is what he comes up with. And I don't think at least from my perspective, I don't think it's a question of a Real Madrid starting 11 that is strong enough or not strong enough. I think it's a Real Madrid starting 11 and Real Madrid as a whole that were flat. They were lacking intensity. They were lacking urgency. They were lacking interest in the game at times. There were moments in the game in which both teams were just walking the ball up the field. And of course, Atletico Madrid would want to do that. They were trying to do that from the beginning of the match. It was the responsibility of Real Madrid to carry the pace of the game, to carry the rhythm of the game, to speed it up so that you can take advantage of some of that talent that you have in the attacking half. And it just wasn't happening for Real Madrid. If you're Real Madrid, the one thing that you wanted to do when you're playing ahead of Barcelona is put pressure on Barcelona. It's just let them know we're not going away. We're going to be here for the long haul. When you drop points like this, in the manner in which you have today against Atletico Madrid, because these are drop points, guess what? You allow Barcelona to take a breather and you said, all right, you know what? All we have to do is beat Almeria and it's 10 points. And that, I don't think, is a distance that you're going to be able to make up as the season closes down.
So let's talk about this starting lineup. In hindsight, it's easier to explain. I think starting Asensio at right wing side is not an ideal solution. Asensio is a decent player, but that's as a super sub. As a starting player, I don't see he's a good option against a stronger team. Second, I don't think Cruz as a CDM is not also ideal. I have said many times that Cruz as a CDM is a no-no. Given we have two players who can play CDM now, Camavinga and Tchouaméni, why do you have to play Cruz as a CDM? Simply the midfield should be today Ceballos, and at CDM it could be either Camavinga or Tchouaméni, and then you can play Cruz. Given Rodrigo is injured, Valverde should have played at right wing. Additionally, another good point made by Ele Moreno is that when you are already 8 points behind Barcelona, you cannot drop points. The only way you can keep pressure for Barcelona is to keep winning. And when you lose points, you're not doing any favor. Now Barcelona be like, okay, we have no pressure. Now we can do whatever we want and we can win the league easily. We can just walk the league title easily. No competition from Real Madrid whatsoever. Also, if you see Carlos' league winning record, he doesn't have good record of winning league back to back.
Luis, how do you go from scoring 5 goals away from home at a stadium like Anfield to having a performance like this in front of goal at your home ground in the Bernabeu?
Because it's totally different team. One team plays attacking football where you have a lot of space for counter-attack and create chance, which Real Madrid absolutely love to play against. And on the other hand, you have a low block team where 11 players park the bus, so it's impossible to create chance. Being said that, we should not have any excuse for not creating a lot of clear-cut chances today.
But they are totally a different situation, totally different places. I mean, when you go to Anfield and you realize, and we've been talking about how this Real Madrid for quite a long period during the whole season, they just wait until see what happens. They just wait and play, keep the ball, like not giving importance to what they are doing. And then when they realize that they have to come back, is that when that historic background of Real Madrid comes up and start pushing. And it happened the same at Anfield. And today was, again, an easy game. Let's have the ball, let's keep, and let's see if at the end of the game we are going to manage to get a good result. And today, it wasn't enough about that. But we've seen it. That I remember Osasuna like 2 weeks ago, exactly saying they managed to get the 2 goals in the 78th and 90th minutes. That's the way that Real Madrid has been working the whole season. They wait too much to increase the level, to put intensity, to bring the A game, to make the changes. That's Ancelotti's way of playing. That today they were lucky because they scored that last goal, even though that they should have done that way earlier. Just bringing. You could see that in the second half, early in the second half, they start bringing on. They start bringing the intensity. They start wanting to win the game. But it was Atletico Madrid, the one who were holding very well.
To be honest, today we played the way exactly Atletico wanted to play us. Atletico Madrid came here for a point. For them, a point is like a win, more than a win against their arch rival Real Madrid. Also, one phenomena that's described by Luis just now is that Real Madrid tend to slow the tempo at the beginning and slowly increase the tempo, and as a result, they score goals. I think that's one tactic. We should have another tactics. Okay, score a goal first, then slow the tempo. I think we should do both. Another point I'll make that our substitution timing was pretty good. I think the timing was pretty decent, but the players were not the perfect. For example, I would have put Ceballos on the pitch because when you play against Atletico, you don't have a lot of space. You need technical players, like a player who need less space to create chance. So I think Ceballos should have stayed on the pitch. Also because Benzema was missing chances and it was one of the off game from Benzema. So we should have subbed off Benzema and put Alvaro at the central forward or striker position. Also, Vini's performance at first half was decent. I say he created 5 chances. But in second half, he wasn't his best at all. Overall, I'll say very poor performance all our 3 front attackers today. Overall, I think it's a really frustrating performance from our team. We lost points again against our arch rival Atletico Madrid. Not ideal, but I think La Liga is over. We might have to just focus on Champions League and Copa del Rey. And let me know your thoughts about today's performance.